Hey everybody, Geezer Tony back again. Before we get going with this video, I'd like to ask all of you who watch the videos, if there's something that you'd like me to make a video about, say so in the comments down below, something that you'd be interested in. So just pop them in the comments down below and I'll try to accommodate you as best as I can. So what are we doing today? I got a secret for all of you. Distance is overrated. That's what today's video is going to be about. The big manufacturers push distance in their commercials. Gain 10 yards and lower your score. I think it's more like gain 10 yards and get further into trouble. They push it with balls, clubs, shoes, even tees. Don't buy into it. They've got you swinging so hard at the ball that you can't make contact with it. And if you do, it's so far offline, it often can't be found, or if you can find it, you can't play it. And this manufacturer's hype for trying to sell you something that you believe will lower your score plays right into the natural urge to smash the ball as hard as you can. In golf, we need to be under control. So, what's today's video going to be about? I'm going to give you 8 things that are far more important than distance. Now, in the past, you know, I've made videos playing with irons only or a 7-iron only or whatever, trying to make this point. But it really is a fact that there are a lot of things more important than distance that you can get good at if you can't learn to hit the ball far. We're back out at the Siler City Country Club today. It's a cooler day, it's only 90, and we got a little breeze, so maybe I won't suffer so much out here, but I do enjoy making these videos, so I tolerate the heat. We got a little breeze going too, so that helps. So let's get on over here to the tee, get started, and as we play along, I'm going to talk about things that are more important to your score than distance. Okay, we're on number 1 tee, par 4, 354 yards from the regular men's tees. Very slight dog leg left. We just hit it straight out and go left with the second shot. So here we go. I'm playing a Vice Pro Plus ball today. And a lot of the holes I'm just going to hit less club off the tee to kind of help make the point that distance is overrated. So normally I hit driver here. I'm just going to hit 3 wood today. It may leave us a little farther back from the green, but really not enough to even matter. Not enough to change your score. Nice, easy swing. There we go. I just don't think I can swing any easier than that. And I'd like to say once again that if you're in the area or anywhere near Siler City, North Carolina, you should come play this course. It is really in great shape, and it's very uncrowded. Of course, I'm inviting people to maybe crowd it up some, but I'm sure they won't mind. But it's just a very pleasant golf experience. So we're going to talk about 8 things that are more important than distance when you play golf. We're left with 112 to a middle pin, and strangely, that's a similar distance to what I usually get with a driver, although it is very warm and the ground's firmed up, so maybe that's the difference. But I did hit 3 wood and take a very easy swing. So let's hit this gap wedge, which is my 113. I'm going to try to swing without a lot of effort today and just put, you know, nice, lazy feeling, smooth swing on it all day long. It's right at it. Looks like, oh, it's drifting away. It looks like about 15, 20 feet, but it went right by the hole. So the first thing I want to talk to you about that's more important than distance is direction. If you don't hit it in the right direction, it doesn't matter how far you hit it. But you've all done this. You mishit a ball that goes right in the direction that you want it to, and it turns out pretty good, or at least You know, maybe not good, but decent. So even if you hit the ball in the right direction, you're improving, but rather than hitting it as hard as you can and going sideways with it. So direction is a very important thing in golf, more so than distance. So we ended up about 10 feet rather than 20. I thought I had rolled farther than this. So we got about a 10, 11 footer uphill breaking left. This one's going to be a little slow. I'm going to give it about 6 inches right. Ah, I just didn't hit it. Oh, wow. Okay, but that's a good par. Okay, number 2, par 5. Tees are back because they're trying to grow in that tee a little better up there. A lot of you have been asking for a face-on view, so that's what I'm giving you right now. You won't get to see where the ball goes. But I am hitting driver since the tees are back, and it's a par 5. Again, I just want another nice, smooth, slow, rhythmic swing. Really nice drive there, down the center. Okay, I just measured 220 to the middle of that green. I'm gonna go with 3 wood because it's possible I could bounce it on if it misses those bunkers. I won't be upset if it is in the bunker. But if you would be, you should hit a club short of it. It's not all about distance. Hit a club short of it and pitch over it. It's a 3-shot hole. I got it going the right way. I'm not sure it's there. Oh yeah, it is. It bounced up on the left fringe, I do believe. What I wanted to say is that I learned this a long time ago. Once you quit striving for so much distance, that's when you get it. You get the distance. When you quit lashing at the ball with your muscles and you swing smoothly, you will create more club head speed by being relaxed than by trying to use your muscles and jerk the club around. So number 2, along with direction goes aim. You got to learn how to aim. And you would be surprised how many people I see when they come for help have no clue where they're aimed. They don't even try to aim. They just step up to the ball, look out there, and hit. So you need to be very careful with your aim. And by aim, I'm talking about first club face aim. The ball is always going to leave in the direction the club face is pointed when it strikes the ball. That's the initial direction. So you have to be very careful to aim that club face. You should not ever worry about if you leave a putt short, even if it's for eagle. Everybody always says, don't leave an eagle putt short. Don't be stupid and go for it in 3-putt. Do the same thing you always do. There's a certain range where you shouldn't leave one short. And if it's not a dangerous putt, that range may be 15 feet or 12 feet. Beyond that, you just try to make a good stroke. So we're going to play this a little left. Try to roll it down there in a proverbial kiddie pool. That is an easy birdie. Number 3, par 3. We've got 160 to a front flag. I'm going with 7. So we were talking about aiming as we came to the last green. And I'm going to show you because I had someone in the comments ask me to show you how I aim. So this is what I'm going to do right now. Some people use the leading edge of the club to aim. Some people don't really know what they do. They just kind of point out there and hit. I use the edges of the grooves that go downward to form I see that and form a line that wide that goes out to my target. It's in your imagination, of course. So what I do is I get my grip I aim the club face first, and then I set up my alignment. Now, aim and alignment go together, but they are two different things. You can have your club aim perfectly and align your body incorrectly, like maybe like this, or in most people's cases, like this. So the club is aimed perfectly, but their body's aligned way over here. So first, if you have trouble aiming, you can always spot aim. Pick a spot no more than a foot to a foot and a half in front of your ball, and just aim your club face, however you're going to do it, with the leading edge or the vertical lines at that spot. Then you see a line going through your club. Set yourself up parallel to that line. Feet, knees, hips, shoulders, eyes. Then, once you're set up, it makes it easy just to swing to the target. Nice, smooth, easy. I'm a little bit late with that, and I'm a hair right, but it's fine. So this goes back to the point of direction. Even though I didn't hit that ball that well, the direction was decent. It wasn't perfect, but it was good enough that I'm up near the green and I have a really good chance for par. We came up about 10 feet short of the green. We got about 20 more feet of green. We got to slide uphill lie. Now, I know the greens are firm. They're a little slow. That's a rare combination, firm and slow. But the ball's going to bounce pretty well, and then it's going to really drift left. So I need to play this out 6-8 feet to the right. Carry it safely onto the green with a 56. And let it run out. Safely on means 6 feet or so. Easy as pie, right? We'll be doing a short game chipping and pitching video very soon. Hole number 4, par 4 straight away, 382. Elevated tee, but a slight uphill from that creek up to the green. Well, not slight, it's just uphill. We're on the 4th tee here. Now, we have covered 3 of the 8 things that I'm going to cover that are more important than distance. And they were direction, aiming your club face, and aligning your body. Now, along with aiming your club face and aligning your body is to have a proper setup. It's more important than distance. You can't go up to the ball and set up all, like I see a lot of people, with their right shoulder way out, like this, and their hand way up on top of the club, just all kinds of weird things. We need to set our body in a position that makes it easier for us to swing toward the target and make impact with the ball. We teach you that with Setup for Impact. So whether you're single plane or conventional, the setup is still very important. It's part of alignment. It would be like a sprinter going up to the start line like this, and everybody else is down here ready to go, and he's standing here. It's a similar thing. We need to put our body in a position to make the movements that we need to make correctly, easily. So with the driver, I'm going to say we want the ball up, position up toward our left ankle, instep. We want our body centered behind the ball. I'm doing the simplest stuff. I'm not getting into complicated technique here. And we need to set up behind. We've already talked about club face aim and body aim or alignment. Now we need to just set up correctly. We want to keep this shoulder in a passive position, down and back. Don't let it get out here. That's if you're a righty, you say your trail shoulder. And then we want to just be really still so that we can move through and swing the club head toward the target, not this way or that way. So we're going to go around here. We're going to aim the club face, align our body and our feet, knees, hips, shoulders, eyes. We're going to set up behind with our weight centered, not our weight, our chest centered behind the ball. And we're just going to make that nice, easy swing. A little right, but it'll do. Well, we've come up with a bare lie in the dirt, packed hard, packed dirt. A lot of you wouldn't like that. I don't really mind it. I know how to hit it. It's not part of the video, but I'll talk about it. So all I do is hit it normally, but instead of playing the ball position here, I will move up about a ball width, and that just helps ensure that you hit the ball before the ground. Then I just hit it normally. I don't try to pick it or do anything special. So it'll come off low, and it may go a little farther than it usually does. So I've got 130, and I'm going to go with pitching wedge. And again, we go through all these steps that we just talked about. Alignment, club face, aim, setup. Ball is back in the stance. We just want it to go in the direction of the hole. I hit it a little right and it bounced left for me, so that turned out really well. Now, when I say a little right, I'm talking 10 feet. It went in the direction that I wanted it to go. It didn't go over there. I didn't chili dip it and get out here. I didn't scull it over the green. So it's about making good contact and having it go in the direction that you want it to go. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's a really pretty view here. This is well, all the holes look good, but the course is in really good shape. And the bare area we were just in is because of overhanging limbs, so the ground doesn't get the sunlight it needs. So as quite often happens, from back there it looked like we were 10 feet or less. Ends up we're 40 feet or more. We're very uphill, and the putt is reasonably straight. It's a likely par. I would say a 5% chance that the ball might go in, and maybe a 10% chance that I might three putt. So that's an 85% chance for par. So what do? You hear me talk about the kiddie pool a lot, and you know, we all know what a kiddie pool is, and it's about this big around. But I don't just talk about it, I see it. I don't see the actual pool, but I see a circle or an area around the green that's that size. And in my imagination, I see it as a different color, like yellow or red or something. And it's very easy to roll the ball up in there if you give your mind that picture. It's an imagination, it's visualization, but in your mind it looks real. So you see your ball rolling up into it. So I'm offline by 2.5 feet, but I've got an easy tap in because the speed was good, and I'm in the kiddie pool. Okay, hole number 5, 370, sharp dog leg left. So we have a dog leg left here. Now, if you've been watching my videos when I'm playing here, you know that I can curve the ball to the left. However, I recognize that most of you can't. So we're going to just talk about what should you do. First of all, you should not try to curve the ball left. You should just play it out to the area where you can see it, except that you're going to have a longer shot to the green. I'd rather have a long shot to the green than no shot to the green. So that's the way I look at it. So here's another tip. Did you know that the more lofted a club you hit, the less it can curve? So if you slice the ball, you can hit a lofted club. I've got my 7 wood out here. I'm just going to hit it straight out. I'm not going to even try to curve it, and just take what it gives me. And I feel like it just won't be that bad. I might not have a gap wedge in my hand, but I might have a 7 or an 8 iron or a 6 iron or something, which is okay. So we're going to hit the 7 wood out. Just like that. Didn't try to curve it, just hit it straight out. That should work out pretty good. So we're going to come to the next thing that's more important than distance, and that's club face control. Now, we talked about aiming your club face correctly and getting it where it needs to be. Can you return it back there? That's club face control. You won't learn that making full swings. We teach it in setup for impact. On very small swings, you learn to control the club face, among many other things like this, and then we lengthen it out and longer and longer until you can do it. If you can learn to control your club face and return it square to where you started, you can hit the ball straight. And when you learn to hit the ball straight, you can learn to curve it in either direction. You just manipulate that club face and the swing path. That's more advanced for later, but for now, you just need to learn to aim the club face correctly and be able to return it there. And I would start learning it with chip shots. So here we go up the cart path through the Isle of Pines, I'm going to call it. Beautiful looking hole here. Really a pretty place. You need to come on out and play here. Even hitting that 7-wood off the tee and not trying to draw it, not trying to hit it far or cut the corner. We're out here in the middle of the fairway and we have 147 yards to a front flag. I mean, I could have gotten it up there to maybe 120 or 110, but this is just as good. So we've got close to 150. The wind's a little at us, but I'm gonna go with 9. I think I can get it there without forcing it. Well, she's just a good bit left, probably 25 feet left. And so even though I'm not hitting the ball purely on line today, I'm getting it in the general direction, and really that's all you need to play good golf. Not that you want to be satisfied with that, I'm not. But I know I can make a par from there and shoot good scores. It's about direction, not perfect direction, but good general direction. A bad shot will be jerking it into the bunker or left of the bunker or way right of the bunker or in the woods. That's the bad direction that I'm talking about. Okay, and let's say I hit that 9 in a more perfect direction, but I didn't get it there, and it's just short. It's still a pretty good shot because if you've got any kind of short game at all, you got a great chance to make par. So don't be too critical and don't try to be too perfect. Just loosen up, do the things that we're talking about, and get your ball going in the right direction. I was just talking about leaving it short. I might have been better off leaving it short of the green. I left myself a very difficult 2-putt, 33 feet downhill, and really across to the right a lot. So again, I envision the kiddie pool circle, and I envision the ball entering it from over here rather than straight on. So I'm going to hit the ball over here and envision it coming into that big circle from far over on the left side. It's really then all about speed. That's decent, I'll take that. So we end up with 96 yards, it's uphill. I know that's a 2-tier green and the flag is in the back on the top tier, and I want to get it up there. So normally on flat ground I would hit 56 sand wedge, but I'm gonna hit a kind of a 3/4 gap wedge just to make sure I get it up that hill and won't have a good chance to make the putt rather than struggle for 2 putts. So here we go. I'm gonna choke down a little bit. I'm gonna keep my feet a little closer together and then just hit a normal shot. Okay. Started out a little bit right, but I do know the green leans left. But again, direction doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be toward the target. Well, we only have about 9 feet. Fairly flat, slightly downhill maybe. It's going to turn a lot left. These are the hardest putts to make, and this is the defense of this course, is the slopes on the greens. You have to match the line and the speed correctly or they just don't go. We're going to play this one up about 6 inches to the right of the hole. Wow, I'm glad that hit the flag. So we're on hole number 7, par 3, 135 from this tee. It's playing 144 to a back pin from here. We have a little breeze hurting, so I'm going to go ahead and go with 8, which is basically a 150 club. So we've covered 6 of the 8 things that are more important than distance. And of course, the last 2 they go together. You already know what they are. They are chipping and putting. Starting to get a little drizzle here. And a lot of times when I am making a video like this and talking about it, I don't even know what my score is. I know I've made a couple birdies. But anyway, that's not important. What's important is getting the message across. So we're going to go with 8 iron here. Nice, smooth, slow 8 iron. That's pretty much at it. A hair right again, but really good. It got back to the hole. Should be another good birdie chance. Well, I'm beginning to think that my eyes as a geezer are really beginning to fail me. Here's another one where it looked like it was pin high, and it's 15 feet short. Although I'm not complaining with the shot, just that what I thought I saw wasn't what I really saw. Okay, we've got another similar putt to the last one that went in. This one is uphill though, so it's not as dangerous. So I need to give this about 6 to 8 inches right of the hole, your left. And it's a little uphill, so we need to try to make sure we hit it. Wow, that wasn't a great read. I hit it pretty much where I tried to. Okay, only a par. So as I said, the last 2 items of the 8 are putting and chipping. And we've talked about the putting. I don't really talk about technique that much because it's so individualistic. The main things you need to learn to do are aim your putter, just like your golf club. You need to have distance control, which comes with an even stroke and not a punchy, quick, accelerating, jerky stroke. And you need to visualize to avoid 3-putting. 3-putt avoidance is a big key in keeping your score down. Now, I know a lot of guys I have played with that they shoot 85, but if they might have 4 or 5 3-putts around because they can't get that long one close, or they can't make that one from here, almost never. So it's very important. Chipping, we haven't talked about a lot today because I haven't missed but 1 green. I will be making a video, probably my next one. I may make that video today if the rain holds off, but it'll be in my next video. So I'm going to list the 8 things that are more important than distance here on the screen for you while I'm talking. And make note of them. They are all very important if you want to score better. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed watching the golf. And so I'll just say, for now, this is Geezer Tony signing off, and I'll see you in the next one.